There could well be a remaster of the Atelier trilogy on PS2. Hopefully, I own the entire trilogy here. But you know what? I want that trilogy to be remastered, sure, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen at some point because that's a trilogy NIS America owns. But I will prefer if we got Mana Khemia 1 and 2 first. Because they're too, especially the second one, it's too fucking expensive, man, and that's a really good game. Playing The Legend of Nayuta. I mean, I got a review code about a month ago, no, about 2 weeks ago for The Legend of Nayuta Boundless Trails on the PS4, but I downloaded the code on my PS5, and I said this in the review. I mean, it just left me impressed, you know. A remaster of an old Trails game that never came out of Japan has no reason to look that fucking good. So I knew instantaneously that was the PS5's fault. That it was all the PS5. And Star Ocean 2 Remake, when I played the demo, it just blew me the fuck away, man. And I'm very happy with my purchase. As I've been saying, you know, I think I'm in love. Because at the beginning when I made the unboxing, I was like, you know what? I'm not impressed. Nah, the graphics look amazing, but nah, I'm not impressed. But it's been, what, like 10 days since I got it? And holy shit, I'm impressed. Fuck, man. I love the PS5. But it still has no fucking reason to look that bad. It looks fucking horrible, the console. And it's too fucking expensive. I mean, come on, Sony. It's been almost 3 years. Why is it still too fucking expensive? Drop the fucking price at least $100, goddammit. And, well, let's just wait for a PS5 Slim. Maybe it'll go back to black. It needs to be the real PlayStation 5 into black, Trails into black, not Trails into through Daybreak. Hey, it's pretty even. The poll, 45% yes, 55% no. You know, whatever the case, it could have the worst fucking subtitle ever. I'm still gonna play the game, and it's a guarantee I'm gonna love it. I mean, there isn't a single bad Trails game. Not even Nayuta. Nayuta, the remaster, this remaster, which kind of looks like, almost like a remake, it's fucking badass, man. Sure, I may be biased because I'm such a Trails fanboy, but there's not a single bad Trails game. So whatever the name, I'm gonna fucking play it and I'm gonna fucking love it. I know that for a fact. Have you played the Atelier Mysterious trilogy? Keys asks. The Mysterious trilogy, that's the one with Sophie, Fides, and Lydie and Suel. Right, that's a trilogy. Sophie, I played it for 2 hours and I streamed the game on the PS Vita. I don't remember if you were there. Fides, I didn't stream it, but I played it on the Vita also. Do not play Atelier Fides on the Vita. It's fucking horrible. Play it on the PS4 or Switch, on Steam, or anywhere except the PS Vita. And you guys know me, I love the PS Vita, but there are some really bad versions of games in there. Fides is one of them. It's pretty bad on the Vita. Okay? Okay, I'm exaggerating. It's not that bad, but it's bad. Frame rate issues, screen tearing, graphical bugs. No. Unless you have no choice, like me, don't play it on the Vita. And, but I never finished it. Another game I only played for like 2 hours. It's very slow because that's a game where you're starting a cave. The whole village or tribe lives in a cave. And then Sophie visits with the little... What's the name of the little girl? A little sexualized android or homunculus, I think. Goes with her. They both visit. So I'm thinking Fides actually is... happens after Atelier Sophie 2. Maybe. It's weird now. And, it takes you about 2 fucking hours to get your first party member and to get out of the fucking cave. Fides is considered one of the worst Atelier games. And I see why. But I don't think it's a bad game. But Lydie and Suel, the third Mysterious Trilogy Atelier game, I haven't played that one. That's why you barely see me talking about those games, because I barely touch them. Oh god. Fuck. Be sure to re-ask your questions. Should we end the poll? I think it's pretty clear that it's pretty divisive. I mean, look at it. It's almost tying up. I fear it'll end up in a tie. So this name is pretty divisive, huh? It's kind of like Final Fantasy 16. Well, kind of like every single Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy X came out. Divisiveness. Trails is getting there, huh? It's just the name. There we go. So, is there a reason why they don't make Code Vein 2? Oh, why are you asking that? I'm pretty sure they will at some point. In fact, I remember Bandai Namco hinting the possibility of making another one. And that's when everybody started saying, oh, you know what? God Eater is dead. It's now gonna be Code Vein. Who knows what'll happen? Yeah, this soundtrack is from The Legend of Nayuta. Badass soundtrack. And most of the best songs of Nayuta start showing up like near the end of the game. You play the first, I don't know, 10 hours and no. And I say 10 hours, this is important because I didn't mention this in the review. This is a pretty short game. It can be beaten, including the post game, it can be beaten in like 20 hours. Including the post game, unless you play on hard mode. I don't know. Oh, you guys should applaud me, my efforts. I beat almost the entire game on normal mode. Me, an action RPG on normal mode. Please feel proud. Please praise me. How many hours do you play a game before you... Oh, come on, kids. Oh, thanks again, Alex Tokash. I'll get to your question, kids. Just wait. I love your description of the PS5's aesthetics. The PS5 looks like a deformed piece of a CPU, as if a car ran over it and luckily survived, leaving it half squashed. It's just bad. It looks better vertical, you know, but I've never used a vertical console other than the Wii. Remember the Wii? That's the only console I've used on a vertical position. But the PS5 vertical looks better. I just don't have the space. I need to buy some furniture, man. Some kind of something to put my TV and my consoles in there. Because right now it's just that. I mean, can you see that? The PS5 is the horizontal thing right here. Okay? Not this fucking thing. This is a fan. So there you go, that's the PS5, and that's my table. I mean, it's fucking terrible. I need a better table, right? So I can put my consoles. This is the PS4, but it's barely visible. TV isn't that big. Probably need a bigger TV. That's the box. And you can see it's vertical. It's vertical in there, and it looks better. Don't ask about that picture in there. I know you're curious. That frame with a girl and the wings. You know what? When I had the store, like 10 years ago, there was this guy selling framed pictures, you know, of characters from different anime series and JRPGs and video games. And I thought it would be a good idea to sell them at my store. So I bought a bunch, and well, it took them forever to sell. I think I bought like 5, and this girl was one of them. And it took forever, so I stopped buying them, and because they weren't selling very well. And all the other 4 sold, and this one didn't. And I never knew who this girl was. Never. I was like, oh, okay, she looks cool, beautiful, mystical, nostalgic, melancholic. So I kept it under, I don't know, it's somewhere. And when I moved to this house, I found it, and I was like, oh my god, this picture, I still have this fucking thing. So I just put it there. But do you know who? This is from a visual novel, I think, that never came out of Japan, developed by Aqua Plus. So there's a fighting game called Aquapazza on the PlayStation 3. I think it's an exclusive. It's a fighting game 2D fighter by Aqua Plus, same developers as Utawareru Mono and Monochrome Mobius. And she's a fighter in there, she's a playable character in there. And I saw her. And after so many fucking years, I was like, oh! Hey, that's the girl in my fucking frame! Mystery solved. That's it. That was a waste of time, I know. So Keys was asking, how many hours do you play a game before you cover it in a top 10? It depends. You know, when I make my reviews, I kind of feel like I need to finish it. Like, I need to. Even if I don't do the post-game or the side quests or whatever, you know, I feel like I need to finish the game before I make a full video review of it. And then we've got the 5 RPGs I need to talk about. In that video series, I'm usually more relaxed. I can include a game or two that I didn't finish, but at least I made it quite far. Or in some of these videos, I've covered demos. I covered Final Fantasy XVI, the demo, recently. In the last episode, I covered the demo of Sea of Stars. And a previous episode, I covered the demo of Star Ocean 6, because I thought I wasn't going to get the game. And I remember I made a video, and like a week later, Square Enix reached out to give me a review code of Star Ocean 6. It was fucking bonkers, man. But yeah. But it just depends on the video, right? But when it comes to top 10s, well, usually the ones that you see me covering over and over and over again are actually games that I've finished. And when I cover them in like in a 3 month span, and in those 3 months I made like 5 videos, and that fucking game is in those 5 videos. That's because I finished it recently. But I don't feel comfortable covering a game, any game, on any kind of video, top 10 or not, if I only played it for like an hour or 30 minutes. I don't know, man. I think 2-3 hours at the very least sounds more reasonable to formulate at least a first impressions opinion or an opinion. And sometimes I know for a fact, I think this happens to everybody. Sometimes when you put like 2 or 3 hours in a game, you kind of know. Not all the time, but sometimes you kind of know if you're gonna like the game or not. 2 or 3 hours is more than enough to say, you know what, this is not for me. Or you know what, this fucking sucks. Like Resonance of Fate, I don't think I played for more than 3 or 4 hours. And those were... No, fuck, I probably played more. Okay, I'm better. Another example. Resonance of Fate, I may have put like 5 or 6 hours, I don't know. Natural Doctrine. Okay, I don't think I played that game for more than 2 hours. And that was more than enough for me to notice that the game was bad. That was terrible, man. But yeah, I usually try to put more hours, as many hours as I can before I talk about a game. Are you excited to play Dragon Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth? I don't know much about it. I've seen the trailers recently, but I haven't watched them. What is that? Is that a remake or is that a brand new game in the series? Due out on 9th November 9. The spin-off, it's a spin-off, will be a shorter experience which returns to the series' roots in action gameplay, no more turn-based, and follows Kiryu between the events of Yakuza 6 and Infinite Wealth. But... okay. The guy from Like a Dragon is there. What is this, guys? This doesn't look like a true sequel. It looks like it's a spin-off, an action RPG. It's a short game. This does not look like a brand new... This is I don't think this is Yakuza 8 or Like a Dragon 2. Right? It looks different. I'll have to do more research. I don't know. Yeah, it looks more like a spin-off. It's Yakuza 8. They renamed it to Like a Dragon because that's the original. Yeah, I know. No, a lot of people don't know that. They think the Yakuza series has always been called Yakuza. No, it's always been called Like a Dragon since the first game on the PS2 in Japan. It's just they changed the name because, I don't know, they didn't like a Dragon. What's wrong with Like a Dragon? It's badass. No, because the games are about the Yakuza. The localization team in Sega called them Yakuza overseas. Well, it's kind of weird. Infinite Wealth is in January. It says November 9 here. Full-fledged game is releasing next year. Okay, now I'm confused. The Man Who Erased His Name is a spin-off. Okay? Infinite Wealth is the mainline game and a sequel to Like a Dragon. Thanks, Agent S. You know what? I'll look it up. Okay, so there's 2 games. November 9, we're getting the spin-off called The Man Who Erased His Name, right? And then the true sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon, it's coming out on January, which is Yakuza 8, also known as Infinite Wealth. Man, and people think that Trails games are confusing. Okay, I think I got the gist of it. I got it. Holy shit, it's being released on January 26. Fuck. It's about around the same time as Persona 3 Remake and Grand Blue Fantasy Relink and Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. Holy shit. Wow. Why? Okay. Wow, so I guess Trails Through Daybreak is not that bad of a name after all. I still don't like it. I think it's a bad name. But okay, you win. 99 people, 99 votes. Can somebody vote right now so we can make it to 100 votes? I can't believe it. There we go. Somebody voted no. Oh, okay. It's up there. Have you played Minecraft? Yeah, on the 360 a long time ago, and I had no clue what I was doing. I wanted to see why that game was so fucking popular, and I was just playing there, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I supposed to do? And I couldn't figure it out, so I rage quit. Today, I'm still shocked Minecraft is the most popular video game of all time and the best-selling video game of all time. Minecraft. That game, after half an hour, I couldn't figure out what to do. Thank you, CB Ross. Thanks a bunch, man, and thanks again, Mr. Stump. Have you played Divinity Original Sin? Yes, I have one. I think it's the first one, yes, on the PlayStation 4. You know what, Kiss? It's pretty good, man. But it's I think it's a game that was meant to be played with somebody else, because single player mode kinda reminds me a lot of good old Western RPGs, which I don't like. So I got bored. Maybe one of these days I'll have someone, a lady, that can play some multiplayer games with me. And maybe we'll play that game together and I'll become a fan. I don't know. But single player mode in Divinity Original Sin, I found it boring. I thought the battle system was interesting, kind of turn-based with some tweaks in there. I liked it, but for some reason I just abandoned the game and I never went back to it. Do you think that Trails Through Daybreak? Thanks for reminding me that that's the name. I'm just gonna end the poll right now. Yeah. No one. So as you can see, it's pretty divisive. It's a pretty divisive name. Half of the people who voted like the name and the other half doesn't. Good question, but I haven't played the remaster. He says, sorry to be this guy, but does what you said about that bird boss in Baten Kaitos Origin still count? I'm asking because of the remaster. The answer is I don't know, because I haven't played the remaster. Hopefully they fix that. You know what the biggest problem with that fucking bird was in Baten Kaitos? It's because when you finish the first disc in the original GameCube, you get the option to save. Okay, save your game? Yes, save the game. Okay, you save the game and please insert disc 2. And you insert disc 2 and you are stuck in an island with that bird boss fight. You cannot fight any other enemies in between. You cannot go back to a previous area and buy things or buy better equipment or grind. No, you're fucked. You're fucked, man. So because this remaster is, there's not 2 discs anymore. I'm pretty sure you can save your game and then go back. Maybe there's an auto save feature that lets you go back. So I don't know if they fix the difficulty for this bird boss fight in Baten Kaitos Origins. You guys are gonna have to let me know. But just as a precaution, before you get to that boss fight, I mean, there you can save. I think you can save in the island. There's a save point in there. Don't do that. Or save on a separate file so you can go back and grind or get better cards, or I don't know, hell if I know, man. Do something, because that bird boss fight is fucking ridiculous. Judgment is a great spin-off for Yakuza fans. Oh man, I agree. I'm a big fucking fan of Judgment and Lost Judgment. I loved both games, and I've played them both this year, and I reviewed them both.